Good morning students, hope you are safe and sound at home. Hope you have seen the first chapter, the video sent you and written the answers from the PDF. Now we will come to the second chapter students, that is early influence. The MSC textbook, as I already told you in the previous videos, the whole textbook of MSC Standard 8 consists of Gandhian values, morals and values of Gandhi's life. The students will come to the second topic here, that is second lesson, early influence. You already know the meaning of influence students, effect which we have in our lives or effect others have on our lives. Okay, so here we can see early influence, that is in relation to Gandhiji's life. How Gandhiji was influenced, by whom was he influenced? So students, let's start the chapter. As you already know, we celebrate Gandhi Jayanti on 2nd October. So Gandhiji, that is Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. The full name here is Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. Okay students, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was born, you know students already, on 2nd October 1869. Okay, he was born on 2nd October 1869. Now in social science we already studied, he was born in Porbandar. So Porbandar is the present state of Gujarat. He was born at Porbandar, the present state of Gujarat. Now, as you already know, he was born in the family of Karamchand Gandhi, that is his father's name was Karamchand Gandhi. So, he was the fourth and the youngest child in his family. In his family, he was the fourth and the youngest child. Okay? Gandhiji belonged to the tribe known as the Vaishya. You already know this in social science literature study. There are 4 classes of the society, 4 categories or 4 varnas of the society. So according to our social science textbook, what did we study in the previous classes? There are 4 classes or 4 varnas in the society before independence. Which are they? Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. So Gandhiji belonged to which caste students? To the Vaishya caste. That is, Vaishya caste stands for which? Yes, stands for traders. Okay, or merchants you can say. Now, this was the caste of Gandhiji, but the sub-caste, the category inside that, okay, the bifurcation inside that was the Banya caste. Okay, the sub-caste to which Gandhiji belonged was Banya. Okay, and traditionally, what do you mean by the word Banya students? It means what? Merchants. Okay, dealers or shopkeepers. So he was having the sub-caste of Banya. Now, Gandhiji followed Hinduism, that is, he was a Hindu, but the religion amongst that is, there are different categories in that. He followed the Vaishnavism. Gandhiji followed Vaishnavism. That is worshipper of Lord Vishnu. Okay, students? Now, his grandfather and father both held very high posts in the country. We are talking about the era before independence. Okay, students, here we saw 1869 was his birth year. So before independence, all these things are happening here. And his grandfather and father held very high posts in the country. And both his grandfather as well as his father, both were respected leaders in the country. Why? Both of them held very high posts in the country, so they are respected by all the people of the country. And then next, what can we see? That Gandhiji was also getting early influence in his life from his family itself. He did not have to go here and there for any moral values. His family itself was having high values, due to which he was influenced at a very early age. And you can see that both his grandfather and father both were prime ministers. Both grandfather as well as father, both were prime ministers of Porbandar. We saw his birthplace was Porbandar. Both were prime ministers of Porbandar. So in short, we can say that it was a family consisting of good, dignified leaders who earned respect from the society. Prime Ministers of Wangkana. Okay students, so 3 areas. His grandfather as well as father both became Prime Ministers of Porbandar, then the later stage of Rajkot, and then afterwards he became the Prime Ministers of Wangkana. So we can see that this family had a high influence on the society. Now, Gandhiji was fearless. As you already know, in his freedom struggles, he was a fearless man. This fearlessness he got or he inherited from his father and grandfather. That is the quality of fearlessness. He was quite fearless. This quality he inherited from his father and grandfather, both of them. And definitely, this fearlessness led him to the freedom struggle. Now, in the textbook students on page number 4, we have 2 incidents in which we can see how Gandhiji was influenced by his family. Let's see the first example. What does the first example say? Uttamchand Gandhi alias Kota Gandhi. So it's what's written there? So there. See, just see the words here. Uttamchand Gandhi alias Kota Gandhi. What do you mean by this? Here students, this word alias. It means what? The other name of a person. Okay. Alias means the name of a person which can also be carried forward as his name. That is, his grandfather was also known as Uttamchand Gandhi or Kota Gandhi. Any one name can be called. He can be referred to from any one name. Alias is a substitute word for the word or. Okay? You can call any one name. So, Uttamchand Gandhi or Kota Gandhi, his grandfather, was a man of great principles. This person did not fear anyone because he always carried values and principles in his life. He was very strict in his policies. How? Because state interests. What do you mean by the students here? State interests. That is, policies of the state. Different policies of the state where he was ruling as Prime Minister led him to leave Porbandar. He had to leave Porbandar and leave the Prime Ministership post also. But he was Diwan there. He held the post of a Diwan, the head of the state. He was the head of the state and he had to seek refuge in Junagadh. He had to leave. He was forced. He was compelled to leave Porbandar and he had to seek refuge in which place? Junagadh. He had to go to Junagadh and stay there for some days. He had to seek refuge means he had to go there and stay. See students, he was a Diwan. His grandfather, Uttamchand Gandhi, was a Diwan of Porbandar, but he had to leave that place and go to Junagadh because of state intrigue. Some of the policies, you know, in politics, many policies are there which are not very suitable for people of good deeds. So he had to leave that place and go to Junagadh and seek refuge there. So what happens there? When he went there, he was already there as a refugee. He had gone there after leaving the place of Porbandar. So students, when he went to Junagadh, what happens? An incident occurs there. What is that incident, students? See in the textbook what's written there? He saluted the Nawab. Now students, Nawab means the king. Okay, he saluted the Nawab with his left hand. Now you already know students, it's a very wrong manner or it's not a good thing to salute somebody with the left hand. So he saluted the Nawab with his left hand. It's totally wrong. But he was questioned on this. When he was asked why you have shown this apparent discourtesy, it is not a good manner. So he gave an explanation in a single line. He said, the right hand is already pledged to Porbandar. This was his famous line. He says, the right hand is already pledged to Porbandar. Now what do you mean by this, students? That is, you already saw, he took refuge in Junagadh. He had come from Porbandar. Okay, he was Prime Minister there. The right hand is already pledged to Porbandar. So I can't give my right hand for salute to anyone. This was his dedication towards Porbandar, the place where was ruling there. So from this we can see that he was so fearless. First incident of there in his son, that is Karamchand Gandhi, and then to his son, that is Mahatma Gandhi. So we can say that fearlessness was inherited from his grandfather. Gandhiji got it from his grandfather, then from his father. So this was the first incident where we can see how fearless they were. Gandhiji's grandfather, father, and Gandhiji himself. Then moving to the second incident. See students here, what is written there? Not only his grandfather, but his father. Kaba Gandhi. Now students, we saw Karamchand Gandhi was his father's name, but he was also known as Kaba Gandhi. Okay. His father, Kaba Gandhi, was also equally loyal to the state. Here students, state means whichever place they are in. So whenever an assistant political agent spoke against insultingly of the Rajkot Thakur side, that is what happened in a specific meeting. A person, that is an assistant officer, he spoke insultingly against whom? Against the Rajkot Thakur side. So this was not tolerated by his father. So when this was done, what happens? He began to be very angry. He did not like it. Why? Because we are working. We have to be loyal. We have to be faithful towards that area, to that sphere, whichever place we are working. So Kaba Gandhi or his father did not like it. And what happened? So he became very angry. Kaba Gandhi was very angry on the attitude of the political agent. He did not like it. So he began to question him. He said that you are insulting the Thakur side. Why did you do such things? The agent was also very angry and asked Kaba Gandhi to apologize. He said, why are you asking me such questions? It is my right to say anything against the Thakur side. But Kaba Gandhi completely refused to apologize. He said, I am not on the wrong side. Why? Because I am not the person who insulted. You are the person who spoke against the Thakur side, the Rajkot Thakur side. So what happens here? We can see this fearlessness. The political fearlessness is again arising here. That is, Kaba Gandhi told him bluntly on his face that you are doing something which is wrong against the Rajkot Thakur side. And the agent saw that this person is adamant, that Kaba Gandhi is very adamant to apologize. He is not apologizing. So what did he do? He was very adamant to apologize. And students, if you see, he is right in this matter. Why should Kaba Gandhi apologize? No. The one who should apologize is the person, the political assistant who spoke against the Thakur side. So, when this person saw that Kaba Gandhi is not apologizing, he gave up. He ordered him to be released. Why? Because he had detained Kaba Gandhi. He had detained him for some time. That is, detained means kept back, kept away from the common public. For some time. During that political meeting, he was kept away. That he was taken away from that place, from that specific area where the meeting was conducted for some time. And when he saw that he was not going to apologize or ask sorry for that, he ordered him to be released. So we can see that the fearlessness of Kaba Gandhi can be seen. The fearlessness led him to be released. He was released. See, two opposite words can be seen here. He was detained by the political assistant, that is the agent. But on seeing that he is right, that Kaba Gandhi is right, the assistant ordered him to be released. So we can see that such a fearless attitude was inherited by Gandhiji from his grandfather and his father. We saw two incidents over here. Okay students? So incidents such as these, there are many incidents, but in the textbook we have these two incidents. Incidents such as these might have influenced Gandhiji to be very fearless in his later years. Now we have the topic over here. On page number 4, what is written there, students? That even his loyalty, that is Gandhiji's loyalty to the ruling government. Loyalty means faithfulness. His faithfulness towards the ruling governments, ruling parties, was also very unparalleled. Nobody could match it. It was matchless. No one could speak against it. Why? Why is it so? Because he had the attitude of respecting the one sitting in high power position. because they are the ones ruling the country. So it is a strong belief that he got from his father and grandfather that made him to support the government during the war time. That is, during the time of war. He was able to support the government. Why? Because he was getting this attitude or this firm belief, strong loyalty, fearlessness, everything from his ancestor, that is from his grandfather and from his father. So students, we can say that Gandhiji's loyalty and his total dedication towards the government was inherited from his family itself, not from any outside, but he was totally influenced by his family. So the heading of chapter, that is early influence, is proved true over here from these two incidents. There are many incidents in his life, but these two incidents show us, prove to us that he had the belief that one should have one's loyal behavior towards the ruling government. Why? Because they are the ones who are the caretakers of our country. And this strong belief made him to support the government. He believed that one has one's own duty towards the government. Okay. So we can say that he was the person responsible for our freedom struggle in a great manner. You already know that. So students, what did we study here? We studied that Gandhiji was influenced from his family itself, from his family members, especially from his grandfather and father for these matters. All these values which he got from his father and his grandfather. Or this was the main reason why Gandhiji was a strong leader or a person who led India towards a freedom struggle. There are many values he learned from his mother also. That we will see in the next part, students. Okay? Students, we come to the conclusion of this part. That is part 1. We saw two incidents. That is how his grandfather was a fearless man and he fought for the truth, and how his father also was always standing towards the loyalty